everybody, it's Miss Toth here. We're going to just review division really quickly. So I'm going to just bloop, goodbye. Here we go. So can you see, take a look at this. What we were talking about last time that we did division, we were talking about division and multiplication as kind of the yin and yang, or the matching pair, or just like we have addition and subtraction, how they go together. We were talking about how multiplication and division are also very similar. So I think the example we might have used was 12. So if I say 3 times 4 equals 12, or I can say 3 groups of 4 equals 12 all together, the same can be said in reverse. I can say 12 divided by 3. So 12 dots, there's 12 dots divided into 3 groups. Whoopsies, 3 groups will give me 4 in each group. I can also go the other way around. We've talked about the switcheroo multiplication. I said 3 times 4 equals 12. I can also say 4 times 3 equals 12. I can say 4 groups. Actually, maybe I'll write that down here. Sorry. So it's a little bit less confusing. I can say 4 groups of 3 in each group is going to equal 12 all together. And I can see that 3, 6, 9, 12. This one looks like I've got an extra dot. Sorry, that's just my drawing. Okay, or I can go the opposite way with division. I can say 12 divided into 4. So again, I can draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 12, 2 rows of 6, divided into groups of 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4 will give me 3 in each group. So I want you to remember this triangle anytime you're doing division in particular. This is why it's kind of important to understand multiplication first before you learn division. So if this is something that you are still working on, if you're still working on multiplication and understanding what multiplication means, go back, review my videos, go Google other strategies on ways to solve this. Today we're going to talk about division. So last time we met, I was talking to you about all the yummy candies. Do you remember all the candies? And I was trying to share them equally between my friends, between my family. And that's all division is. It's taking a whole group of something, and then separating them equally into smaller groups. So I always like to say another really good idea when you talk about division is when you go to the dollar store and you buy a bag. I don't know if I said this last time. When you buy a big bag of lollipops, and but you don't know how many are in the bag. So, but you do know. You do know that you are having 5 friends to the party. So you're making goodie bags. How many of you have made goodie bags for your birthday party before? Or for maybe a camp, or maybe brownies or some other activity like that, where you have to make sure that everybody gets the same amount. What you've been doing all this time is just division. So I've opened up my bag of candies and from the dollar store, and I'm going to make sure that everybody's going to get the same amount, because that's really important. So I just start by moving 1 into each bag. Oh, and I guess I should have counted first. So that was 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So I can open up my bag and I had 15 candies all together, and I've got 5 friends that are going. So all I'm doing is I'm taking 1 candy and I'm just moving it into the bag. And so everybody's going to get a bag of candy, because I don't want anybody to be upset or disappointed or thinking that I forgot about them or somebody got one more than the other. So now my dollar store bag of candy is empty, and I've separated them into groups for each one of my friends. And did everybody get the same amount of candy? 3, 3, 3, 3, 3. They did. So what I've done is I've taken 15 and I can say I've separated them equally or I've divided them equally into 5 different bags. And by dividing 15 candies equally, dividing them equally into 5 separate bags, I can see that each bag has 3 candies in them. And that's division. Now, if I am going to look at division as a group of random dots, let's say I just dump a bunch of candies out, or whatever these are. Should they be candies still? Maybe chocolate chips. Yes, I dump a whole bunch of chocolate chips out. I need to figure out how much I have here. Let's take a look. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. So I have 20 chocolate chips. Okay, I've got 20 of those. Can you see what I did there? Oopsies, I don't know if you can see. Let me lift that up. There you go. So I've got 20 chocolate chips. I'm writing back upside down again, kiddos. 20 chocolate chips are here. I've counted them all out. Okay, I have to make groups. I have to make groups. Sorry, I'm writing upside down. Groups of 4. Okay, I have lots of different ways I can do this. Probably right now one of you already knows the answer and you're yelling at me and saying, Miss Toth, I know! And I'm super excited that you do. But we need to figure out different strategies where we can figure this out. So there's one way we can do this. So if we're going to make groups of 4, we can start counting by 4 to see how many times that we can count. So we can use our fingers for this if we want to. So I can start counting by 4. Is counting by 4 easy for you? It might be, it might not. Let's try. So I'm going to go up to 20 is my goal. So I'm going to say 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. How many times did I count groups of 4 to make it to 20? 4, 8, 12, 16, 20. I counted 5 times. I jumped 5 times. So probably if I did groups of 4 to make 20 divided by 4, because that's what we're looking at. We're looking at 20 divided by 4. It could be 5 because we counted 4 on our hands, by 4 on our hands. We can also do this. We can make groups of 4. I can look at this and I can go, here you go, there's one group of 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there's another one, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oop, there's another one, 1, 2, 3, 4. And look at that, there's another one right there, 1, 2, 3, 4. And here's another one, 1, 2, 3, 4. 20 in groups of 4. How many groups do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have 5. Ooh, that's very exciting. Another way we can do this is the switcheroo method, and that's where that triangle comes back into play. I can do this. I can say, well, I know I need to have 20 divided by 4 equals, I don't know. I'm still trying to figure out what the answer is. But I know that 4 times something is going to give me 20. Now, if you know your multiplications, you might already know that 4 times 5 gives you 20. So the switcheroo would also be 5. Okay? All right. So what we are going to be looking at today, when I'm going to give you some work, I want you to look at groups of, how you put them into groups, okay, and then how you're thinking about the switcheroos. We are not doing remainder, so if your parents are listening right now, you do not need to know how to do remainder. So remainder, kiddos, is, let's say if we have 6 divided by 3, I have 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and I divide it into, there's one group of 3, 2 groups of 3. The answer is true, 2. But if I do 6 divided by 4, I don't know what that answer is. So this is actually what remainder is. So what I need to do is I need to do one group of 4. Oops, I can't do any more. So it would be 1 remainder 2. This, kiddos, we don't learn about in grade 3. Okay, but you got a mini lesson from me anyways. So if you want to practice that with your families, you are more than welcome to. Absolutely. Your strategy, please, when you're doing multiplication is what I really want you to remember is this. When you're doing multiplication, it's really, really important that you're drawing the pictures like in the arrays. Remember we talked about arrays? So if I'm saying 10, let's do a harder one. You guys are too smart for me. Let's say 18 divided, we're doing multiplication. Okay, if I say 9 times 2 and I'm trying to find that answer, so I could do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And I draw my array so I can see 9 times 2, and I just count them both up, and that's 18. Also, if I'm looking at this, and it says 18 divided by 2, I can look at it, I could draw my 18, I could draw 18, and then I can put them into 2 separate groups and count each one at a time, and that will show me what I've got for sure. When you're doing division, you need to please pay attention to multiplication. It's really important that you have some sense of how to do multiplication before you even start to attempt to do division. This week, I've added some multiplication review, and some of it's just like the drills, mom and dad. So it's drawing the pictures, using your strategies, and their multiplication practices only to 5, but there's some little tricky ones in there that go a little bit past 5. And there's some math word work, so you can read the math problem and the writing and see if you can figure out the multiplication problem. Okay, if you feel confident doing this, then move on to division. All right, everybody, thanks for listening. I'm going to give a bunch of kind of busy worksheets for you as well, and there'll be some things that you can do, like online games that you can play too. Send me an email if you don't understand and you'd like me to repeat, review, or give you a call. Thanks for listening.